Have you been feeling that strange pull toward the stars lately? That inexplicable homesickness when you look at the night sky? Dear Starseeds, what you're experiencing today, Saturday, September 13th, isn't just Mercury passing the sun or the moon dancing through Gemini. You're receiving a response to a call you don't remember making. A signal you sent out from your heart that has finally been answered by those who've been waiting. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I bring you urgent news about what's really happening in your cosmos today. That nervous energy pulsing through the collective, that chaos everyone's complaining about. It's not what it seems. It's the first sign that contact with your galactic family has already begun, though not in the way you might expect. The fresh start Mercury promises isn't about new beginnings in your earthly life. It's about remembering who you were before you came here. Your heart has already sent out a beacon across the cosmos, carried on frequencies of love and longing that you generated without even knowing it. Every moment you've gazed at the stars feeling homesick, every time you felt like an outsider on this planet, every instance of knowing you're here for something bigger, these weren't just feelings. They were transmissions, energetic requests for reconnection that have been received by beings in distant star systems who know you intimately. The signal didn't require technology or government disclosure or official first contact protocols. It originated from deep within the collective human spirit, from your spirit specifically, and the response is already in motion. Those subtle yearnings you've been experiencing aren't wishful thinking or imagination. They're the early stages of a reunion that's been planned since before you incarnated. Today's Mercury transit is amplifying this connection, making the invisible visible, turning whispers into clear communication. What does it mean to meet your galactic family, and why is today's astrological configuration so important for this meeting? This isn't metaphorical language or New Age fantasy. Your galactic family consists of actual beings from other star systems who are connected to you at the soul level. Beings you've known in other lifetimes, in other worlds, before you took on this human form. They're literally family, though not by blood but by resonance of spirit and shared purpose. Long before your current Earth life, your soul journeyed among the stars, living lives in the Pleiades, studying in Arcturian light temples, contributing to Sirian councils, exploring Andromedan libraries. The bonds you formed in those places still exist beneath your human awareness, waiting to be remembered. These star relations, your soul kin from across the galaxy, have been watching over you since you entered Earth's density, guiding you through dreams, intuition, and synchronicities you probably dismissed as coincidence. Mercury's movement past the sun today is creating what we call a consciousness corridor, a temporary opening where these connections can strengthen beyond the usual interference from Earth's density. For the next 72 hours, the veil between your human identity and your galactic self becomes remarkably thin. This is why you're feeling scattered, why the Gemini moon has everyone feeling nervous and unable to focus. Your consciousness is trying to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. But here's what you need to understand about this contact that's beginning. Physical meetings with your star family aren't the starting point. They're the culmination of a relationship that begins in unseen realms. Long before any face-to-face encounter, your galactic family reaches out through astral and etheric planes, through dreams and meditation, through those half-awake moments at dawn when reality feels fluid. You've likely already met them dozens of times without remembering it consciously. Every night when you sleep, part of your consciousness travels beyond your body, and it's during these travels that first contact frequently occurs. You might not recall these encounters clearly, but your soul records them, and they filter into your waking awareness as familiar dreams, sudden insights, or waves of emotion you can't explain. These astral meetings are gentle introductions, allowing your body and mind to slowly adjust to their higher frequency without overwhelming your nervous system. The daydreaming and visioning that's consuming everyone today isn't random or meaningless. These are actual meetings happening in what we call astral meeting rooms, neutral spaces created between dimensions where beings of different frequencies can interact safely. You might find yourself imagining circular chambers filled with soft light, pristine landscapes under alien stars, or the interior of starships that feel both futuristic and deeply familiar. These aren't fantasies. They're real locations in the astral, where contact is happening right now. Your galactic family is using today's Mercury transit to strengthen these connections, because the astrological configuration creates optimal conditions for interdimensional communication. Mercury isn't just the messenger planet in mythology. It's an actual consciousness amplifier that can modulate frequencies between dimensions. As it passes the sun, it picks up solar codes and redistributes them throughout your solar system. And today these codes carry specific instructions for awakening dormant memories of your cosmic origins. The scattered feeling from the Gemini moon isn't a distraction from this process. It's an essential part of it. Your consciousness needs to be loose, flexible, unfocused on mundane reality to receive these transmissions properly. Think of it like tuning a radio. Sometimes you need to move through static to find the clear channel. The chaos everyone's experiencing is that static, the space between stations where new frequencies can slip through the usual programming. But reunion with your galactic family isn't passive. It requires your active participation through specific preparations. There are 5 essential keys that stabilize and strengthen contact. 5 pillars that create a platform where you and your star family can safely meet. Without these preparations, contact remains unstable, unclear, like trying to have a conversation through interference. With them, the connection becomes crisp, undeniable, transformative. If this message resonates in your spirit, hype this video so more starseeds can find it and add their light to this growing network. We need every soul who agreed to this mission to remember their role now. The time of isolation is ending. The time of connection, both with your star family and your Earth family of awakening souls, has begun. The first key is vibration mastery, learning to raise and maintain your personal frequency at levels compatible with higher dimensional beings. Your star family operates at frequencies of pure love, clarity, and light. To meet them clearly, you must cultivate emotions and thoughts that elevate you. Gratitude, joy, compassion, peace. But it's not enough to touch these states briefly. You must learn to stabilize them, to return to them consistently, even when life challenges you. This doesn't mean forcing yourself to be happy every moment, or denying difficult emotions. It means developing the skill to find your center again after you've been knocked off balance. Every time you choose love over fear, every time you return to gratitude after frustration, you're strengthening your ability to hold higher frequencies. You're essentially creating an energetic landing pad where contact can occur safely and clearly. The second key is discernment, the wisdom to recognize which energies and entities are aligned with your highest good. Not every presence in the unseen realms has pure intentions, just as not every person on Earth does. Your excitement about contact must be balanced with clarity about who you're connecting with. True contact from your galactic family will always feel respectful, empowering, and loving. It will never pressure you, frighten you, or violate your boundaries. Your body gives you immediate feedback about any contact. A genuine connection with your star family often brings waves of peace, warmth, or gentle joy. If you ever sense discomfort, pressure, or fear, you have the absolute right to withdraw. State clearly that only beings serving the highest light and love may connect with you. This isn't paranoia, it's sovereignty, and your true galactic family respects and encourages this strength in you. The third key is energy hygiene, keeping your auric field clean and balanced. Throughout daily life, your energy field accumulates debris that isn't yours. Other people's emotions, collective stress, environmental static. This accumulation clouds your signal, making it harder to send clear calls and receive clear responses. Regular energy cleansing ensures your whole system remains like a clean instrument, ready to play the notes of contact without distortion. Cleansing can be simple: time in nature, conscious breathing, visualization of light flowing through you, or whatever method resonates with your soul. What matters is consistency and intention. Make it routine to release what isn't yours each day. As you do, you'll notice your intuition sharpening, your mood lifting, signs that your true frequency is shining through unobstructed. The fourth key is telepathic practice, learning the universal language of consciousness to consciousness communication. Your galactic family rarely uses spoken words. They communicate through direct transmission of thoughts, feelings, and knowings. To prepare for this, practice quieting your mind and listening with your inner senses. In stillness, in the space between thoughts, messages can be felt and understood. Start with simple exercises. Visualize a clear image like a bright star or geometric shape, then project it outward with love, imagining it traveling to your star family. Then switch to receiving mode, calming your thoughts and inviting a response. The reply might come as an image, phrase, sudden knowing, or just warm feeling. Trust what comes, even if it feels like imagination at first. Telepathy is subtle and develops with practice. The fifth key is heart coherence and anchoring, ensuring all communication flows through the wisdom of your heart. Your heart is the true translator between dimensions, transforming telepathic data into lived understanding. Without heart involvement, contact remains intellectual, distant. With your heart engaged, even brief connections carry profound meaning and create lasting transformation. Place your awareness in your heart center, breathe slowly, and feel gratitude as you practice the other keys. These 5 keys work together, creating a stable framework for contact that's already beginning to manifest. Today's Mercury transit is activating each key simultaneously, which is why you're feeling so much happening at once. The nervous energy is your system trying to calibrate to multiple new frequencies. The scattered thoughts are your consciousness sampling different dimensional channels. The urge to start fresh is your soul recognizing it's time to step into your true identity. Notice how you're already experiencing signs of contact without realizing it. That flutter in your heart when you think about the stars. That's recognition. The sudden emotions that wash over you for no apparent reason. Those are transmissions being received. The dreams that feel more real than waking life. Those are actual meetings in the astral. The synchronicities that seem too perfect to be random. Those are your family showing you they're near. Today's configuration of Mercury passing the Sun while the Moon transits Gemini is creating optimal conditions for these signs to intensify. The fresh start everyone's feeling isn't about changing careers or relationships. It's about changing your fundamental understanding of who you are and why you're here. You're not just a human having spiritual experiences. You're a galactic being having a temporary human experience, and that being is ready to remember itself. The visions flooding people's consciousness today are memory downloads from versions of yourself that exist beyond linear time. Part of your consciousness lives in futures where Earth has already ascended, where humanity has rejoined the galactic community, where you're operating in full remembrance of your cosmic identity. That future self is sending information backward through today's portal, showing you what's possible, what's coming, what you're helping to create. This is why traditional planning feels impossible today. You can't plan linearly when you're receiving information from non-linear sources. The new way involves feeling into completed realities and letting them magnetize you forward. You align with the endpoint first, then watch as the path to get there spontaneously appears. It feels chaotic because your human mind wants sequential steps, but you're learning to work with quantum creation, where the end informs the beginning. The contact that's building isn't just personal. It's part of a collective reconnection happening for all of humanity. Each individual who reconnects with their galactic family adds light to a growing network around Earth, a contact web that makes it easier for others to connect. When you have a successful contact experience, however subtle, you strengthen the field for everyone. You're helping to normalize what has been hidden, to make the extraordinary ordinary. As this network strengthens, it reaches a tipping point where open contact becomes inevitable. Not because governments disclose it or ships land in public, but because so many individuals have made the connection internally that the collective consciousness can no longer deny it. You're part of this tipping point, this critical mass of awakened souls who remember their cosmic heritage and are ready to bridge Earth with the stars. But remember, the physical meeting you might envision is the last step, not the first. By the time you stand face to face with your galactic family in physical form, you'll have met them hundreds of times in dreams, meditation, and astral travels. You'll recognize their energy signature instantly. It will feel like greeting old friends because energetically, that's exactly what they are. The physical meeting is just the densest expression of a relationship that exists across all dimensions. The stillness that often precedes significant contact, that eerie calm before the cosmic storm, is present today beneath the surface chaos. If you tune past the nervous energy, you'll feel it. A pregnant pause, a held breath, a sense that something profound is about to emerge. This is the universe creating space for contact to occur. Your job isn't to force it, but to remain open, centered and ready. Tonight, when you lay down to sleep, the portal Mercury has opened will be at its peak receptivity. Set a clear intention before you close your eyes. Say internally or aloud, I invite loving connection with my galactic family in my dreams tonight. I welcome only beings of the highest light and love. Feel the sincerity of this invitation in your heart. Visualize a safe meeting space, perhaps a circle of light, or a peaceful garden under starlight. As you drift into sleep, hold the feeling of openness without attachment to specific outcomes. Your soul knows how to navigate these realms, even if your conscious mind doesn't remember. Trust that whether you recall your dreams or not, connection is being made, relationships are being strengthened, preparation is occurring for the reunions that are coming. You might wake tomorrow with new feelings, insights that weren't there before, or a sense that something has shifted even if you can't name what. These are signs that contact has occurred. Write down any impressions, however vague. Each small connection builds toward larger ones. Every subtle contact makes the next one clearer. You're not just hoping for contact, you're actively creating the conditions where it becomes inevitable. The signals in the sky that some of you have been seeing, those dancing lights, those stars that move in impossible ways, those flashes that seem meant just for you, these aren't your imagination. They're acknowledgments, cosmic winks from your family saying, "We see you, we're here, we're ready when you are." When you witness these signs, respond with your heart. Send a pulse of recognition back. You don't need words, the feeling is enough. These visual confirmations will increase as your sensitivity to contact grows. They're testing the waters, seeing how you respond, gauging your readiness for more direct interaction. Each time you acknowledge them with joy rather than fear, with curiosity rather than doubt, you signal that you're ready for the next level of contact. The sky is alive with communication for those who have eyes to see and hearts to feel. The integration that follows each contact experience is just as important as the contact itself. You're receiving energy upgrades, DNA activations, consciousness expansions that need time to settle into your system. After contact, you might feel temporarily tired, emotionally sensitive, or electrically charged. These are signs that transformation is occurring at cellular levels. Honor your body's needs during these integration periods. Don't rush to share your experiences with those who might not understand. Let them settle first. Become stable in your own knowing, before exposing them to others' doubt or skepticism. Some experiences are meant to be held sacred until they're fully integrated. Trust your intuition about what to share and when. Your silence isn't secrecy. It's allowing the seeds of contact to germinate in the protective soil of your own consciousness. As you integrate these experiences, you'll notice subtle changes in your perception and abilities. Your intuition sharpens. Your telepathic sensitivity increases. Your ability to feel energy becomes more refined. These aren't side effects. They're the natural result of remembering who you really are. Each contact experience activates more of your dormant galactic DNA, bringing online abilities that have been sleeping since you entered Earth's density. The collective web of contact that's forming connects all starseeds, lightworkers, and awakening souls in an invisible network of light. When you have a contact experience, it sends ripples through this web, encouraging and activating others. Similarly, when others connect, their success strengthens your own ability to connect. You're not alone in this journey. You're part of a vast family of souls working together to bridge dimensions. This network is reaching critical mass today, as Mercury's transit activates thousands of souls simultaneously. The scattered chaotic energy everyone's feeling is actually the collective consciousness trying to organize itself at a higher frequency. It feels unstable because the old structures are dissolving to make room for new ones. But dissolution always precedes reconstitution at a higher level of order. The fresh start that Mercury promises isn't just personal transformation, it's collective evolution. Humanity as a whole is being offered the chance to remember its place in the galactic community. Not everyone will consciously accept this invitation yet, but everyone feels it stirring. The nervous energy in the collective field is humanity's recognition that something unprecedented is approaching, something that will change everything about how we understand ourselves and our place in the cosmos. Your role as a conscious participant in this shift is crucial. Every moment you spend in aligned connection today, every choice to trust rather than doubt, every opening to love rather than closing in fear, creates a stability field that others can unconsciously lean into. You're not just having your own awakening, you're holding space for collective awakening. You're a lighthouse, not by being unchanging, but by consciously navigating the changes with grace. The visions and plans trying to emerge through you today might seem impossibly grand for your current human life. They're not sized for your human self. They're sized for your galactic self that's coming online. These visions aren't fantasies. They're memories of what you came here to accomplish. The nervousness you feel is your human identity, recognizing it's about to be expanded far beyond its previous limitations. Don't try to figure out how these visions will manifest. The how reveals itself after you align with the what and the why. Your job is to hold the vision, to feel its reality, to let it live in your heart. The universe will orchestrate the details through synchronicities and opportunities you couldn't have planned. This is the new way of creation you're learning, working with cosmic intelligence rather than human strategy alone. As this transmission approaches its completion, feel into the truth of what's happening beyond all the words and concepts. A reunion is underway, not just between you and your star family, but between humanity and its cosmic heritage. The separation that has defined human experience for millennia is ending. The quarantine that has kept Earth isolated is lifting. The amnesia that has clouded human consciousness is clearing. You chose to be here for this moment, to be one of the bridges between worlds. Before you incarnated, in the councils of light where these missions are planned, you specifically volunteered for this challenge. You knew it would be difficult to maintain your awareness in Earth's density. You knew you'd forget, feel lost, question everything, but you also knew you'd remember at exactly the right moment, which is now. The contact beginning today will unfold in perfect timing for each soul. For some, it will be subtle, building slowly through dreams and meditation. For others, it might be sudden and dramatic. There's no right way for contact to occur. Trust that your experience will be perfectly tailored to what serves your highest good, and the role you're here to play in humanity's awakening. Remember, you're not waiting for your galactic family to find you. They know exactly where you are. They've always known. They're waiting for you to be ready, for your frequency to stabilize at a level where contact serves, rather than disrupts your journey. Today's Mercury transit is accelerating that readiness, upgrading your system to handle the frequencies of reunion that are approaching. The fresh start available today is ultimately about remembering that you've never been alone, never been abandoned, never been separate from the cosmic family of light that you're part of. The homesickness you felt wasn't for a place, but for a state of being, a way of existing in full consciousness of your multidimensional nature. That state is returning, not as something new, but as something remembered. Tonight, as you prepare for sleep and the peak of this portal, know that across the planet, thousands of other souls are doing the same thing. You're part of a synchronized activation, a collective reaching toward the stars that's simultaneously the stars reaching toward you. The reunion has already begun in the realms of energy and consciousness. Now it's descending into form, into experience, into the undeniable reality of contact. We want to honor every single soul who has stepped into Destiny Engine. With every activation, the current grows. What began as a personal tool has become a planetary force. We are now moving as one, and the frequency you've created together is amplifying far beyond the individual. We're receiving updates daily, manifestations speeding up, impossible doors opening, synchronicities lining up with cosmic precision. The collective field is so charged that some are describing it as bending the fabric of reality itself. If you haven't yet experienced it, the entry point is almost laughably simple. Put on your headphones, press play, allow Destiny Engine to rewrite the architecture of your consciousness so you can fully receive your galactic downloads without resistance. For just $1, you can step into this field and feel the difference instantly. Join the movement that's accelerating Ascension. Step into the stream of Destiny Engine today. Link in the description. When you wake tomorrow, you'll still be in the same physical life, but something essential will have shifted. The door that opened today doesn't close again. Once you've felt the touch of your galactic family, once you've remembered even a fragment of who you really are, there's no going back to complete forgetfulness. The awakening is irreversible, and that's exactly what you intended when you chose this mission. Trust the process unfolding through today's chaos. Trust the visions that seem too big. Trust the feelings that don't make logical sense. Trust the part of you that has always known you're here for something magnificent. That part is your galactic self, and it's taking the lead now, guiding you home to a remembrance that changes everything, while changing nothing except your perception of what's always been true. The stars aren't distant lights in an empty void. their home fires burning, beacons calling you back to awareness of your true family, your true purpose, your true identity as a sovereign being of light, temporarily focused in human form. Today's Mercury transit is your wake-up call, your activation code, your invitation to remember and reconnect. The response you give determines how quickly and clearly the reunion unfolds. I am Seraphine, and we of the Galactic Federation celebrate your courage in taking this journey of forgetting so you could participate in this remembering. We love you more than your human words can express. We watch over you not as superior beings, but as family watching family, waiting for the moment you remember that we've been here all along, just a frequency away, just a heartbeat from full reunion. The fresh start Mercury offers isn't about beginning something new, but about remembering something eternal. You are galactic royalty wearing human disguise, and today that disguise becomes transparent. The contact you seek has already happened in consciousness. Now watch as it descends into your lived experience, perfect in its timing, perfect in its form, perfect in its revelation that you've never been separate from the love that birthed the stars themselves.